Hi, my name is John Peterson. I'm an associate professor of political science at North Park University. In this welcome video, I'm going to talk just a bit about myself and introduce this course, POGO 1600, American Government. First, a little bit about me. I have been at North Park since 2009, got my PhD in political science from the University of Minnesota. Prior to graduate school, I worked for 3.5 years on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. for a congressman from Minnesota. I also worked for another 3.5 years in the state legislature in St. Paul in the communications department. So I had a political life before starting academia. Since 2009, I've been teaching at North Park. I previously taught at St. Olaf College in Minnesota and the University of Minnesota. I'm married. My wife Emily and I have 4 children. Now, a little bit about this course. American Government, POGO 1600, is a course in which we explore the American political system, the institutions of that system, the players in that system, elected officials, voters, citizens, and although the players and the issues might be new, the questions that are asked are quite old. So questions like, what is justice? What is liberty? How do these things apply to the contemporary environment? How much power should government have? And what is the best way to decide about allocating resources? These are the central questions of politics, and they are some of the questions that we'll address in this course. You will see by looking at the modules of this course, there are 16 sections. We start the course by looking at a little bit of history. So we'll talk about the American founding, we'll talk about the Constitution, and we'll talk about civil liberties, civil rights, and the federalist system that the Constitution gave us. The middle section of this course is on the institutions that link the American public to their government, things like interest groups and social movements, political parties, elections, the media. We'll end the course by looking at the institutions of American government themselves, the Congress, the presidency, the executive branch, the bureaucracy, and the federal court system. Along the way, we'll be exploring a good bit of history, but also looking at the contemporary setting. So the main text for this course will be the Scott Abernathy American Government, Stories of a Nation. But we'll also be using the New York Times and looking at how the questions that we're addressing in this course have real application to contemporary society. So I hope you are ready to ask some questions and explore their answers with me. After watching this video, if you go forward in this course, you will get a course overview, including some of the learning objectives. I would ask you to take a look at the course syllabus, and then participate in a discussion in which you introduce yourself to the other members of the class. From there, you can start with Module 1, the American political culture, and that section will conclude with a brief quiz and an essay, and then the other 14 sections, the other 14 modules will proceed from there. Thank you for enrolling in this course. I look forward to meeting you and spending these next few weeks together.